When looking at the reason for cloud, or the reasons for cloud, we can find many definitions of cloud out there, and many people talking about the different benefits of cloud. But when we pick one, the root cause for all the problem, it's complexity. I mean, the IT complexity is growing daily in number of servers, number of applications, the interactions between them, and realistically, it's drowning a company. Therefore, what we need to do is to take that complexity, simplify it, and obtain operational efficiencies in order to dedicate those efficiencies to the part of the business that are critical to you. And IT is supporting, unless you are delivering hardware or designing hardware, it's basically a supporting function. That's the part that we need to understand. In general terms, if we are talking about a storage public cloud, you are giving the data to your cloud provider, and they are going to host it, and based on your contract, they are going to manage backup and have additional copies if required. Currently, if a customer decides to outsource their systems, disaster recovery, it's one of the type of services that are going to be included or not at customer requirement onto that service. Yes. When we are talking about workloads, that's also what we need to determine. We are not going to have disaster recovery for everything. Yeah. For things that are not critical, disaster recovery does not make sense. So that's why that component is an add-on, if required, by this specific workload. The security policies are going to be enforced by the third party, so you need to be very well aware of what their capabilities and resources are. So the only way to identify that is working with your provider to really determine what's the official level of service that you are going to receive. In other words, you need a specific SLA. That's specifically between the customer and the cloud provider. That a specific requirement needs to be in the statement of work or in the agreement between the parties, and then it's going to be provided as an additional service. Basically, we can define the limit between both according to where the infrastructure sits regarding the perimeter firewall. If the infrastructure is within your security perimeter, so inside your firewall, then it's a private cloud. If you have to go outside your firewall in order to access the services, then you are in a public cloud. In that sense, you can see that there are more parties involved in each of the transactions. That's why many companies are not so sure about sending critical data or critical processing on the public cloud. As soon as you go into the public cloud, you are going outside your security perimeter. You are outside your firewall. Therefore, some part of the risk is managed by a third party. That's a fact. Now, that's why it's important to identify which third party you want to work for. If you work with IBM, we stand by the resiliency and security in our offerings, always. Depending on the application, you are going to have antivirus, you have intrusion detection systems, you are going to run specific tools to determine any exposure. All those tools, we currently use them in other offerings in our hosted environments, for example. It's not that we are reinventing the wheel because of the cloud. The cloud is a new consumption and delivery model more than a complete new technology. It's a conceptual model that is important. If we compare the security policies internal that you currently have with the securities that could be offered in the cloud, you have the potential depending on your wise selection of provider, of increasing the security, because you are going to have better standards, and decreasing the compliance risk and cost. We in IBM have been providing shared services for a long, long time. We have thought the issue from the ground up. All our servers have the highest certifications, security certifications you can find anywhere in the world. We have, for example, in our servers, our hypervisor has been certified. All the LPAR management has been certified. We are talking about System P, we are talking about System Z. So all that we have already done. The sharing, it's not the issue. We have already solved many years ago all the problems with that. And basically what we are doing is not different to what we have been doing before, technology-wise. It's simply a better way to deliver it. We have signed a contract with the US Air Force days ago, on the 4th of February, in which one of the selectors, I think, said that the level of skills and capabilities, operationally, analytical, and security-wise of IBM were the differentiators. I mean, we have been doing this for a long while. We offer solutions, and we know that security and availability are the critical factors in any offering. And we design around that.